Hey creators, Eamon here. This is where I help creators go full time. Today I'm going to give you some nasty DaVinci Resolve project organization tips that nobody else will tell you. And I don't understand how people don't use editing software or DaVinci specifically in this way. It just seems very logical to me, but this is just kind of how I've always done it. So for some context, like I run a real estate media business. Sometimes we're doing 20 shoots a week, but on average between 10 and 15 shoots. So we do a lot of content, right? And a lot of the time, the agents, they want the video, the real estate video, they want a reel, and maybe another extra piece of content all turned around within 24 hours, okay? Obviously, we do photos and floor plan and 3D and all that as well. But we're just talking about video here for now. And so, yeah, like, you know, if you were to open a brand new project and bring all of your templated things in every single time, it seems like such a huge waste of time to me. So let's get straight into it. This is my most recent folder. I've actually just saved over another folder, another project. So let me kind of just jump into it. So this is my master here, okay? So this is my kind of overall template for, and you can use this for any type of media, really. So let's jump into it. I've got my assets here, and in my assets I've just got my some audio samples that I frequently use, all my whooshes and all different things for my speed ramps, all my agent titles that are just all in here so I can just drag them in, and then a bunch of other titles that I use quite frequently as well. This is just like another folder that I have for like occasional like real media. Again, I don't even don't actually need that folder right now. And I've got a community folder where I've got like some overlays, as you can see, just like scratches and all sorts of lens flares that we use occasionally, as well as a lot of like community footage. We shoot a lot of projects in particular communities, and sometimes we want to use this footage that we've just accrued over time. I've just exported the graded files, so we don't have to have the raws and regrade them every single time. So, it's this guy's taking a little selfie. That's adorable. So yeah, like these are we just pop them into property videos sometimes. So they're all the folders that I have just in my master file. Now this folder here is your finished folder. So when I have a new project, for example, this guy, I'd press add folder and subfolders into Media Pool create bins. I don't know why it's so confusing. And I would have this new folder here. And when it's finished, I would drag it into the finished file here. And then you should see my last project. There was maybe 40 different projects in here that were finished. Just gonna have a sip of my tea. Today I've got green tea, peppermint tea, lemongrass and ginger, and I put some honey in there, okay? Had a tickle in my throat yesterday. I thought I'd get on top of it. But yeah, so obviously you're going to need a computer that is going to be able to keep up with this, because if you don't, then you might be in the danger zone and you might not be able to have as many projects, but you still could just have a lot of them. And then when when your computer's getting a little slow, or you think you've just had a good run on one project, then you just go up here, you go File, Save Project As. And as you can see, I'll just get out of that. In my FP folder here, I've got so many here, literally 23 or something, 21. I'm up to 22 or 23. And then you just save it as the next one. So Freedom's the brand that I work with. And then because you've saved that whole template into the new one, all of your edits and timelines are in that previous project. And then you just go into this finished folder, you highlight all these and you delete them all. And then it's a fresh project, but you still have all of your assets, all of your folders and all of your, templates and things like that. So again, every person I've shown this to, their jaw has dropped to the ground. And I've had a couple of comments requesting how I kind of do this. But this just saves so much time, and it boggles my mind when I see people just I know people that edit in Premiere and stuff, and they just open a brand new project every single time. And then they have to go in and find the whooshes and find the assets and blah, 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 blah. And sure, maybe they have a setup for this, but anyway, this is just the setup that very clearly works for me. And so I've got my 3 projects here, which are just templates, right? So this last one here is just for a just listed, just sold, real. So I've just got a couple of titles here. I probably need to update that by now because we do it a little bit differently. But again, it's just so I can jump in here, grab these guys, and make a quick reel out of it. You can see we're in the reel format. Agents like to have these just listed reels. This is my property video template. So let's zoom in here. Again, this is more specific to real estate, but you can take these and use them for anything else you want. So for example, I would copy my property video template, right? So all these, they just stay here. And then I go over to the folder, paste it in here, call it property 9000, whatever. You make sure all of your clips are in the right frame rate, obviously. And then I'm going to jump into the timeline. And that's when I bring all my, stuff in. I've already edited the property video. So let's just mute it and have a quick look. It's looking pretty nasty, this property video. Oh, snap. Oh, transitions. Oh, look at that speed ramp. Anyway, I'm just mucking around here. It was a wonderful property. But anyway, so then I've got all my clips here, and that's where I jump in and start doing editing. And if you want a video on more specifically how I start to do this, I have a couple of videos already on my channel. But yeah, so then I'm in here, right? Then I'd, organize my clips, organize the puzzle, grade the puzzle, and then, final touches. So I'll just delete these clips for us now. But if we were to jump in and unlock what we've got on the unlock tracks. So I've got audio 4 here, all my whooshes, audio 5 here, all my whooshes. Turn them on, we'll have a listen to a whoosh. Oh, I've muted it, haven't I? Whoa. Whoa. Anyway, you get the idea. So they're all locked. So I can just edit my whole thing. And then when I come in here, I can unlock these and use them as I see fit. So again, I'll open these guys. I've got the property title. I've got like an agent title, another agent title that I've created. And these are just my adjustment layers that have my zoom blurs over the top of them. Right, so I'll pop those over my whooshes. And then I move over here. Again, more titles. I won't go into exactly what all of these are, but this is a template for when I go into Fusion. So then I can copy and paste this into another clip that I want to have these pins on that I've already built all the animations, so you don't have to rebuild it. Again, your project's not going to look exactly like this. This is a property outline. Is it going to load? Maybe not. Again, these are just titles, and these are just things that I would use potentially on, most projects. And if I don't use them, I usually don't use them on most projects. I just delete them, jump back into here, right? So another thing, if it doesn't crash, is it going to crash? Let's see. Sometimes it crashes when I go into the audio. Yeah, it's going to crash. Probably because I overload it, but that's okay. That's all right. It's just the audio one, and I think it's just because I have so many plugins that are loaded into DaVinci, so you won't have that issue. But anyway, you're hanging out with me until we're back into the project. And we'll go straight to the audio, and I'll show you the last little bit of project organization. But yeah, as I said, this is really just going to save you so much time because you can just copy paste all this stuff. You get straight into the project, within a matter of a minute and a half. Once I've copied the clips to my hard drive, I'm editing the property video, not mucking around with setting up my template and blah, blah. So over here, I'll just quickly show you this is my audio 1. This is where I would have my agent audio. I'm just making sure, so this first effect is stereo. I'm just making sure that it's in mono, so it's equally across left and right. DaVinci's plugins, they're so great. This noise reduction one, again, this is the default. I've messed with some of the settings. You can copy them if you like, but mess around with it, figure out how this works. Again, that just really helps with cutting out some of the background noise. Now we've got this dialogue processor. It's on male voiceover now. I believe I've mucked around with some of these settings here. Yep. But then you can also just pop it over to female voiceover if it's a female. Again, this just does a couple of little things here. Depop, DS, compressor, expander, exciter. So it just really makes the audio shine for the agent. And then I've got a limiter here. If you could just go to maximize, I've got it on plus 8 dB. That's just really going to kind of compress and clip all the audio so it sounds nice and full again. And then I've just got a limiter on all these as well, just so to make sure it doesn't clip. A limiter on my final one, and that there's no compression there. That's just 0, 0. And then on audio 5, I've just got a reverb in case I decide to bring something down and make a little reverb there as well. So, the other two things I've got here, the cheeky little EQ to just bring my agent audio up at particular bands. Again, I won't go into exactly what I've got going on here. And then on audio 3 and 4, which is where I have my whooshes, I just have a little bit of equalizer. They're just cutting off the highs and lows, and then also a side chain. So it side chains the music. So we're not actually adding too many things into it at once. It's just that when the whoosh happens, it just ducks the music a little bit. If you want to know more about side chaining, again, let me know. I can make a whole video on that. And so yeah, once it's all done, I'll just make sure to highlight everything and press Z. Well, I don't know if that's the key clip you've got. That just turns everything off. So obviously the grade is no longer going to affect the CPU of the project. And that's when I would, I've got my shortcuts here to go into 1, 2, 3. And that's when I would just X out of this project, right? And then I would drag this one. It's already in here because it's done. So I'll just delete this guy now. But anyway, so I'll just drag that into here, okay? And then that's my finished folder. Again, everything in each of these, I'll just open this last one that I've already done because I've just moved the clips away. That's why they've unlinked. But as you can see, everything's turned off, so it's not affecting the project at all. And then, boomsies, we're back to square one. Whenever I want to start a new project, I go current in my favorites over here, bring in a new thing, start it all again. So, this is really just about efficiency. It's gonna, speed up your workflow a bunch. So if you have any more questions, please let me know. But I just don't see anybody talking about this kind of thing. So I thought I'd just make a little video because I would find this valuable if I stumbled upon a video like this. So yeah, look, if you want to know more about DaVinci, I've got a couple of courses in my description. They're super cheap and they'll provide you with an insane amount of value. So feel free to check them out. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.